What is up, my ninjas? Shinobi here with a look at the Crusader in patch 2.3 on the PTR for Reaper of Souls. Today I'm going to be showing you an awesome, very fun, and very viable and very effective spec that I've been doing for a little while now. This character is very fresh. This character I just made literally on the PTR. Has maybe 15-16 hours playtime to it, nothing crazy or anything like that. You do get loot very quickly because of the community event buff, but I don't even have my legendary gems leveled up. I don't have an ancient furnace or anything like that. This character has a lot of potential and a lot of room to grow still. And I am doing a tier 50 right now, and this is the first attempt that I went through to do a tier 50. I literally won 47 first attempt, 48 first attempt, 49 first attempt, 50 first attempt, and this character, as it stands right now, could go much past that. Now, as you're looking at the screen right now and you're seeing some gameplay here, I am going to get into the meat of it all and show you guys some of the skills and the items and the Kanai Q buffs and everything like that that I use for this character, but you can see kind of how the spec itself plays out. So I want to go ahead and explain that to you while we're going through this Greater Rift here. Now you can see the hammers are flying everywhere. Everything is built around the new set that the Crusaders have, which is the hammered in type spec, and this is a holy spec. So the idea is to get these hammers out like crazy, doing lots of damage, flinging everywhere, doing a lot of stuff, and then you pretty much have a lot of cooldowns that you use to get a lot of your resources back, do more damage, you know, taunt things, keep them in place, take a lot less damage, everything like that. So, you know, a lot of survivability, a lot of utility, and a lot of the cooldowns that I have here. And the hammers themselves are multiplying and doing more damage and flying around and killing things pretty quickly for a character that's so brand new. So the new set for the Crusaders is the light set. It is essentially, it buffs your Blessed Hammer like crazy, doing a lot of damage. It also does some stuff with your Falling Sword, but Falling Sword is not that practical for a build like this, especially if you're using something like Taeguk. Very hard to keep that up if you're leaping in the air and landing on something, and you know, you're not really going to be able to keep up your Taeguk stacks as well, and it's just not something that I feel like does enough damage or is even really worth it for the character at this time. Maybe something that Blizzard still needs to work on. Remember, this stuff is in PTR, so we don't know exactly, you know, what they're going to do this set. Maybe they'll change it a little bit up, maybe they'll, you know, kind of modify it a little bit, but as far as the Blessed Hammered portion of this set, it is working magically. It is doing lots of damage. You are, you know, throwing those hammers out really quickly. The spec has everything you need: survivability, you know, ways to heal back up, ways to get your resources back, ways to do massive damage. It literally has everything you need there. Now, the 6-piece for the set is going to let you increase that Blessed Hammer damage by a lot, and then also your Blessed Hammer is going to, on hit on the enemy here, on the mobs, it's going to bring back the cooldown of your Provoke, which Provoke is going to help you for many reasons. It's going to help you with getting your Wrath up when you need it, so you can spam out some more damage. It's also going to help you with slowing down the enemy and taunting them, so very, very good in a group as well. A build like this would be perfect in a group. You just would change a couple things, like obviously you wouldn't use a double unity combo or anything like that, but you know, very, very, very awesome. You can use a spec, like I said, solo, or you can use it in other means as well. You can play in a group as well. So let me go ahead and show you some of the items here. So we are using the light set. These is very, you have to have this, a 6-piece. I have the Hellfire Amulet getting the passive there, which I'll show you those in a little bit. Got this item here, the Fan Braces, which is going to give you some Wrath back. It's a new item there. It's going to give you some Wrath back, and a very, very awesome thing to have. Gets you for your resources, very great. Strain of Veers, giving some reduction there. Double Unity combo, using Convention of Elements to get some nice burst when it rolls over to Holy, and the rest of the light stuff. Then the Shield, which is awesome, which is going to make your hammers do crazy damage. That shield is very awesome. Then I have a furnace. It's not ancient though, so nothing super duper awesome, and definitely a lot of room to grow. We have the shield glare here giving me a damage increase to blinded enemies, which is really nice, give you some burst. The limitless here is going to enable you to get a lot of hammers, and you're going holy here, remember, so you have a 50% chance to proc more hammers, more damage, and just even better. You got Law of Valor, so you can get, so your hammers will cost less, as you cast them, and you get this back very frequently. Iron Skin to give you some 50% reduction. This is something you might be able to switch out if you want to. Then we have Provoke, which is going to taunt things for you, slow their attacks and their movement, and give you some Wrath, which is awesome, and it comes back all the time. An Acrobatics Champion going with the Holy One Prophet to give you tons of armor and survivability and nice massive damage. Finery right here, we have Indestructible for some survivability. We have Holy Cause, which is going to give you some damage increase and some healing because you are holy, and Blunt to give you 20% damage increase to those hammers. Then taking a look at the Kanai's Cube, we have first the Joanna's Argument, which is going to give you 100% attack speed for Blessed Hammer. That's you're going to get those hammers out even faster. Reaper's Wraps, giving those resources back when you pick up the health globes to help you out. And Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac to help you out a lot with getting your cooldowns back, because you pretty much everything you use is cooldown oriented. You get your Acrobatics Champion back more often. You get a lot of things back more often. Looking at the Paragons here, you could do a little bit different than me, but obviously maxing out your movement speed first, getting the strength. Crit chance, crit damage, priority. Cooldown is also priority. Then you have your life. Resist all is priority in this situation. You can do what you want for the rest of them. Then you have area damage, reduction, which is nice to help those hammers cast. You can cast them more frequently, and getting some life on hit. I do feel like the life on hit isn't interacting as well as it should with your hammers, because I do have a decent amount of life on hit, and I feel like I should be healing for more than I really am. So maybe that's something Blizzard still needs to look into as far as the all the hammers and everything go, you know, but overall the spec is really awesome. I mean, you have to think, you know, we have things like the Condemn build, we have things like the Pony build, we have things like Roland's, and these are very, very viable and top tier specs for the Crusader. So this spec has to live up to the name, and it has to be able to perform as well as the other ones. And because Blizzard did state themselves that they wanted all the new specs and everything they released to all have equal viability. And I gotta say, as it stands right now, with a little bit more tuning, it'll be even more viable. For right now though, it is very, very viable. I'm loving this spec. It is fun to play. It is easy to use. The gear itself is pretty straightforward. Just get Blessed Hammer at everything. Wherever you can get Blessed Hammer damage increase, get it. Like on the boots and the shield if you can, on the helmet. You know, try and get it everywhere. I don't know if you can get it on the shield. I can't remember. But I know you can definitely get it on the boots and the helm. You can't get it on the shoulders though. So try and get Blessed Hammer damage wherever you can, wherever is available to you. But like I said, guys, overall it's very, very awesome, doing massive damage. And they did change the Greater Rifts recently in patch 2.3, where they do take a little bit longer to do them because the monsters don't give as much progression as they once did. But the Rift Guardian is much, much faster to kill. Something I've been saying for a long time: make the Greater Rift longer and make the Rift Guardian quicker. And that's what they did in 2.3. And a spec like this is perfect because you have so much AoE. AoE specs are going to be the king of the crop when it comes to doing these Greater Rifts now. This is the very first try of me doing a tier 50, like I said, and it was easy. I didn't even have like any primo monsters or anything like that. I even had bees for a little while and like succubus and things that are annoying, but you know, overall it performed really well. And you get to the Rift Guardian and you just melt him down, even though Rift Guardian like gone. Now the strategy behind it is you want to try to keep your tag hook up as much as possible with your hammers, so you do have to cast those quite frequently, but don't go too crazy. Make sure you keep an eye on your resources, which will really help you out. So you do have the Provoke to get your resources back up, you do have the Health Globes to get your resources back up, and you have your law to help you make it cost not quite as much, so you can spam those as quite a bit, but don't go too crazy. Make sure you're killing things at a decent rate so you can pick up some of those health globes, get your resources back up. You have your oh shit buttons, like your survivability, like your Iron Skin to help you with survivability there, 50% reduction. You have the Provoke, which is also going to give you some defense there, and you have the Acrobatics Champion, which is going to give you a lot of defense and a lot of burst, and you can use it quite frequently, as you've seen through this video that I've used it quite often. But that's pretty much everything there, guys. I mean, if you have any questions about it, leave it down in the comments below. I have been testing this out on the PTR. Another viable way to you know, play a spec like this, there are other elements you can go. You don't have to just go Holy. Fire is also really good because you can get Cinder Coat in your Kanai's Cube and giving you some resources back there as well. But I think that this spec like this, because you get so many hammers from using Limitless and going Holy here, and you get more survivability as well. The Fire spec is more of a glass cannon-y type spec, but this is also like really good viable thing. Now I've heard some people also say, why don't you go something like Focus and Restraint? You can pull that off, but you have to sacrifice either the double Unity combo or you have to sacrifice the Obsidian Ring, and both of them I feel like are very crucial for the higher tiers. You need to have the survivability and you need to get those cooldowns back. So yeah, you can go a glass cannon route if you're doing lower tiers, or maybe you're just doing Torment 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or something like that. But if you're really pushing the higher, greater rifts, I feel like this way is the way to go. Like I said though, we are in the PTR, things are changing, so we'll see what happens in the future with some of the different build variations that we can do with this. This may not be the absolute perfect way to do it right now, but I've been having a blast with it. I've been having a lot of success with it. So give it a try, guys. Let me know what you think and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, guys, that'll be it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video or on my live stream. Link is right down below. I've been testing this out on my live stream like crazy. Encourage you to come over, hit the follow, and come and hang out with us. I do stream usually every single day between 3 p.m. Around 3 p.m. EST or 9 p.m. CET if you'd like to come over there and hang out. And I look forward to reading your comments and all that kind of stuff, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, my name is Shinobi, and thanks for watching.